And welcome everybody to the glorious episode of the Put on Giants podcast. I'm your host, Dwayne Douglas. As always, I am podcasting from the beautiful shores of the Pacific Ocean. Beautiful day out here in Southern California. PORSB is my Twitter handle. So check me out there. Also, check out, if you're a Raider fan, check out the Put on Raiders podcast. USC fans, the Student Body Right USC podcast is on its way as well. And then they have the Signal Caller for all your draft needs and quarterback stuff with myself and Saul Lopez. A lot of stuff going on with the Giants, and let's just start because the last show we had, they had just ended the series with the series loss to the Cincinnati Reds. Great comeback victory at the end of that series to stave off the sweep. And listen, if you win, even if you just win that last game of a series, you stop losing streaks, and that could have been a losing streak for the Giants, but they stopped that. They went to New York and just had a great time in New York. I felt like even I mean they had a middle they lost the middle game of that series, but were able to come back and win the rubber match 5-4, and just did a good job of just like winning game one. You just blasting the Yankees early on. They destroyed Stroman in that game. Maybe that's a kind of an omen for them, like on this road trip, because they won 9-1 against the Yankees in the first game of that series, and they won 10-4 against the Phillies in the first game of that 4-game series out in Philly. Right now, as you see this, this is the show after Jackie Robinson Day, so they lost on Jackie Robinson Day 4-6. Kind of a disappointing loss for them because they had so many guys left on base. But like I said, they're 12-5. If somebody told you that 17 games in, the Giants would be 12-5, I think all of us in orange and black would have taken that. There's no problem, no question about that. I think on the road trip, like we have to, I don't want to, put a superstar on somebody's back right now, but I mean, is Lee a star in the league? I mean, I think that's something that we have to kind of like, if this continues, do they have a bona fide star on their hands? Now, I think might be a tier under that, but he's been fantastic. He's played a great center field. He has been able to, people keep asking why is he hitting third, why is he hitting third, and then he keeps coming up with big hits, hitting third and getting RBI singles and doubles. He's fast, he can get triples, and he also hit a couple of home runs in New York. I think he has three home runs on the year. So I mean, that's something that you got to love about Jung Hoo Lee. Obviously a fan favorite, has a cool name, all those things like that. I mean, anybody who plays that kind of, that Ichiro kind of style. I'm not putting him in the class of Ichiro, so calm down. But that kind of style where he affects the most exciting plays in baseball. And the triple and triples alley. His ability to run the bases. The Giants have stolen a shit ton of bases this year. I mean, whether it's Chapman, Fitzgerald, Lee, Adames, like they're being aggressive on the base pads. They're not a team anymore who just sits back and just goes station to station baseball. Like they really do. They really push the envelope as far as stealing bases. So that's something that's cool to see as well. I think at some point, I mean, a little bit of, and I'll check the box score last night before I kind of elaborate on this. But I think for all of us, they're doing all this, they're scoring all these runs without big contributions from Adames, big contributions from Matt Chapman. I think Matt Chapman is 203 right now, batting 203, and Adames is batting 206. They have, yes, I'm on the few baseball shows that actually talk about batting average. He had one hit last night. But both guys had, I think Chapman maybe coming out of it a little bit, had two hits last night, and Adames had one hit last night. So maybe they're getting out of it. He also hit his first home run in that first game with the Phillies, first home run as a Giant as well. So this is a long stretch of games where the Giants. So this road trip here, let's see, this road trip here, you're going through New York. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You got a good 16 game stretch here where the Giants 16, 17 game stretch here where the Giants don't get a day off until the 28th of until the 28th of April. So that's a tough stretch for any baseball team, but they seem to be going through it. This team looks like a little bit more spry, a little bit more athletic than teams in the past. Also, Tyler Fitzgerald got on the board with a home run this year as well. So they do have home run power throughout the lineup right now. Wilmer Flores is one of the league leaders, the National League leaders in RBIs. That's what he does. I mean, he's just listen. I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty as charged. I wanted him gone, so I can't sit there and act like I knew this was coming. But I think health was a part of it for him. He talked about. I mean, he talked about being healthier. Now he's healthy. I think when he talked to Bay Area, the Bay NBC Bay Area, he was talking about how he is not 100%, but he's way closer than he was before. So health is a huge part of it, and DHing is difficult, and DHing is difficult to sit there, and then come in and hit and be ready to go at the biggest moments. It takes a special guys to do that, and they were able to do that as well. I did want to shout. Did want to throw some flowers out there to Birdsong and Walker. Birdsong has been lights out in the bullpen. I don't know if he's going to get back into the starting rotation or anything like that, but he has been fantastic as far as in the bullpen and Walker. I mean the strikeout alone, the strikeout looking of Aaron Judge was just fun. That pitch is just nasty. And that pitch was just, you can't even, you can't touch it. I mean, you could have got an or you could have an or you could have a torpedo bat. It doesn't even matter. You couldn't touch that pitch. It was a perfect pitch on the outside part of the plate, low at the knees, and he sent and Walker sent the Yankees home there. But has like you kind of saw it last year. He has closer type stuff. Like he has really good closer stuff. So his movement on his pitches is just been is phenomenal, and I'm excited. I'm excited about seeing him continue to close games. Duvall came in, and when Duvall comes in, I mean it's really important that he gets the first hitter. Like it's the most important hitter in his whole stint on the mound because he takes so long to get to the plate that you can just walk to second base, that you can walk to third base. I mean, he just if you just take two pitches, you got a runner on third base with less than two outs because he's that slow to the plate. So he's so deliberate, all those things like that. So I would say 100%. The bullpen has been fantastic. Maybe a hiccup here and there, but for the most part, you feel confident when these guys come in. Now you have to worry about overusage. That's where Webb comes in. I mean, if he comes in and he can just continue to give you innings and give you long innings, give get into the sixth, seventh inning, that really helps the bullpen as well. I haven't seen the Giants use a bullpen day yet. But for the most part, the starters have kept them in games. Even last night with Verlander, 5.5. I mean, 5 2/3, and he had given up 4 runs. That's still keeping you in the game, especially if you're playing in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a bandbox. We know it. They have so many great hitters in that lineup who can get that launch angle, get the ball in the air, and hit home runs. They do a fantastic job of that. So you got to really be careful when you go there. And no game's over. Even when the Giants score 10 runs in game one of that series, you have to sit back and say to yourself, this game is still not over. So it's not. I wouldn't say it's to the level where it's Colorado Rockies, level, bandbox, but it's up there. I mean, you can hit. They're gonna that ballpark's gonna affect if you have seats in the outfield, you have a good chance of going home with the ball. No question about it. So in this series here, they so far it's split. The Giants have won the first game. The Phillies won the second game. So if you can get a split in this series, and then go to Anaheim this weekend, I think that's going to be a really competitive series. The Angels have definitely had some some more uplifting moments than in the past. Right now Trout is healthy and hitting bombs, and they have a really they got some young pieces there that are playing well. I don't think they're really. I'm not sure if they're contenders for that division. I don't think they are, but they're at least watchable. If you're an Angels fan, they're watchable. Like you can there's guys you can be excited about for the future. And then they still have Trout. And Trout, if Trout is healthy, he's gonna hit home runs and do his thing in the outfield. So you have to see that as well. So I don't know if they can win that. That's gonna be a tough series to win. That last series before you leave, and before you leave and come home, is always going to be and they come home on the 21st to play the Brewers. So for a 4 game set against the Brewers, that's Willie Adonis's old team. So we'll see that. So you got the Brewers, and then you have the Rangers coming up. But first and foremost, get that split in Philly, and then try to take the series against the Angels. So you have a winning road trip. And I think that's the formula here for the Giants. The division is monstrous, so that's probably one of the most things that you have to worry about. Is this division has been crazy. So the Padres, I saw them play in person the other day. They're impressive. The Dodgers are going to be the Dodgers, and then I don't think we have. I think people know and respect the Diamondbacks, and they'll be in it as well too. So I think the only team that's pretty much completely out of it would be um would be the Rockies, who are just not very good at all. And Landon Rope, I want to give him a lot of props too, because he's hanging in there on his starts. Robbie Ray is Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray is going to do his thing for like 4 or 5 innings, and he's going to be almost unhittable. And then then it kind of not falls apart, but he kind of struggles a little bit. But it's a little up and down for him. But you know, I wish they had a little bit more of a lefty presence on this pitching staff. They have one starter and one guy out of the bullpen as far as the lefties go. But right now, whatever the Giants doing is working. So I'm not mess with the pot. As far as what Bob Melvin got going on. So also Casey Smith. I think also too, like before we go real quick, is they're a little bit deeper. They do have Casey Smith. He's playing like the jack of all trades, first base, second base, can play a little short, play third on whenever you need to. He's been fine. He's been getting some hits, so keeping him in the lineup on a day-to-day basis. Anywhere he wants to play, that perfect utility player. And then you also have Matos, and the combination of Matos and Yaz in right field, and those guys, I love that, because like they just give you good defense, and they give you timely hitting as well. They might be hit or miss as far as at the plate, but you're going to get really good defense. Mato stole a home run this weekend, in Yankee Stadium, and then you also have, we all know Yaz is just a great outfielder. We know that as well. So, all right, almost said the Raiders. The draft is on my mind, so sorry, Giants fans. But Giants are continuing to roll here. Like I said, they have to. It's important for them to go out there and get um this split. You don't want to lose 3 out of 4 in Philly. We know how good Philly is, but you don't want to lose 3 out of 4. And then now after that, they have a chance to go to Anaheim. Hopefully I'll be able to get out there to see some of the games out there in Anaheim. Share some photographs with you guys, and then we'll take it from there. The Giants continue, like I said, 12-5. We'll take that, but we always want more. We always want more. Because this division and this wild card race in the National League is going to be crazy. All right. Put on the Giants podcast. It's going to be out. See you guys next time. Go Giants.